Hey everybody, this is Gabby. So for some reason we had some audio drop out this episode in a couple different spots. Might notice it, might not, but if you do, be aware we did notice it as well. I'm trying to figure out why. I'm not a super techno audio guy. I'm just operating off a laptop from my house, but I hope to figure it out. I'm researching it. If you have any ideas on why Audacity might do that, give me a holler. I cleared out some junk. I read somewhere maybe I got too much stuff on my computer, but I'm working on it, so bear with me. Thanks, everybody.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Gordham.
Welcome to our 55th podcast episode of the 36th greatest podcast about board gaming on the internet.
Really?
Coming to you on the 12th day of the month. This is Jerry, and with me
This is not the 12th. Oh, wait.
Maybe it will be.
Oh, wait. I forget.
Who knows? You never know.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. With me is Gabi, my co-host. My name is Jerry.
Now, when you say co-host,
Yes, I mean that you are not equal to me.
how do
I mean that.
No, how dare
I
you?
mean that you are here to support.
I am a host.
What do you host?
I used to host this program in the first few episodes.
This program?
Until I was like, okay, you know what? Since I'm operating everything, I'm doing the editing, I'm doing the computer, I'll say, all right, I'll let Jerry start the show.
So you admit
Then
you're
you
not
start
the
going,
host.
I am a host.
You're a
We are both. No.
host.
No, that implies secondary stature. We are equal partners in the
50-50?
board BGS 50-50.
50-50?
Yes. You just talk more. You love to talk.
I get more screen time. You're right. Okay. All right. Whatever. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Well,
I feel that we are 50-50.
I've got the patent coming.
I love that you're
Trademarked.
You trademark this.
We'll swipe it right out
We
from
need to
under you.
trademark. We need to trademark hard merge. We need to trademark. What else do we need to trademark?
Sleeves.
Sleeves? No sleeves.
No sleeves.
How do you trademark the lack of something?
Banter segment.
Yeah, I don't think that was us.
What?
People have been bantering for years.
But did they label it banter segment?
I know, but
Engage.
there were orators, like guys that would just stand.
What's that?
Wasn't it orators?
Orders?
Orators.
Orators.
Yes.
An orator.
An orator that would orate things. They would stand on boxes and like yell out. What would they call
Soapboxes?
boxes? They just stand on boxes and say things.
Why are they standing on a box?
Because so that you're elevated.
Is there not a platform?
No, you need a box.
Is that where a soapbox comes from? Why are
Probably
you
so.
standing on a soapbox?
Because soap was probably relatively. I don't know. Oh,
Why? Where did that come from? Because you get on your soapbox a lot. You should know the origins of that phrase.
well, what kind of box would you like me to get on? My Amazon box? I'm gonna start saying that. I'm about to get on my Amazon box.
That would be time appropriate.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Let me see you stand on some Amazon boxes.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
As the cardboard crushes under your weight. Huh?
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Love it. Can't function without it. Get everything in 2 days or less. Plus, I get Amazon Prime TV and music.
The term originates when speakers would elevate themselves by standing on a wooden crate originally used for the shipment of soap or other dry goods from a manufacturing retail store. And so, yeah, it's exactly what you think.
So soap is a dry good?
Well, if you get it wet, it kind of suds.
Suds.
So-
Sudsy. Get on your suds box.
But what was I about to say?
I don't know.
I was about to say
You're
that this podcast, this particular
episode. Oh,
is
okay.
going to be pretty salty.
But before you go,
Well, we're not about to talk about board games, of course not. Why would we ever decide we're going to talk about board games on a board game podcast? Because my
'Cause everybody
50%
does it.
equal
Everybody talks
co-host is going to get on here
you know what?
and say,
you want to be like everybody else?
Banter,
What did you play this week? I played a game of this and I played a game of that.
That sounds lovely.
And I got all these games that you'll never see because I got them sent directly to me.
Oh, yeah.
From the designer and publisher. Didn't have to pay nothing for them.
You know Stephen Bonacore?
Oh, yeah, the publisher. Me and so-and-so played over here, and me and this other guy.
Are you knocking other podcasts and reviewers?
No.
And other celebrities in the board game realm?
I love Steve Bonacore.
Who?
Steve Bonacore took a picture with me and wanted to kiss me on the cheek.
I saw that on the Instagram.
I love that man.
I reported that.
He is very personable.
He is personable.
And he loves alcohol. So he is aces in my book.
Oh, yeah.
Do kids still say aces?
Not since the 30s.
He's the bee's knees as far as I'm concerned.
Speaking of the bee's knees, I saw Rido, or rather known as Richard Ham.
Richard Ham.
At BGG.
I saw him passing and I never saw him again.
Wasn't
he like flown in to be there?
He was flown in, and he looked like he got flown in because he was tired.
And boy, were his arms tired.
His arms were tired. He looked very tired. And I almost walked up and said something to him and said, "Hey, I like your channel." But then I got to look and I thought, "Nah, I'm not going to."
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. I wasn't going to bother him. He looked tired.
I have used Rado many a time because he will play through a game that I want to learn, and he plays it in a way that usually I can understand, and I appreciate that. I appreciate these playthrough guys. Watch it play. John gets games. Rado.
They're
Rodney was there as well.
Gem to the industry.
Rodney is always smiling.
I can't stand that.
Even in real life.
Can't stand
You're always scowling.
I don't understand. Why is he smiling all the time?
Okay, speaking of which, the first game we played with a
Makes me
stranger.
not trust you. You smile all the time. I mean, literally, it's like, what do you got?
So you just don't trust happy people?
No, it's like, what are you happy all the time about? Happiness should be something that hits you when you're having a happy moment.
Happiness is a byproduct of gratitude.
No, happiness
maybe he's
is a
just
byproduct
thankful
of dopamine
for where he's at.
Firing off in your brain.
Well, does alcohol help dopamine fire
off?
It
suppresses it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then why do you feel good for a split second, then crash? What? The spiral of depression.
well, son. Yeah,
it does. Like, you feel really good when you first take a couple of sips. Then it goes downhill from there.
Next
if you're
thing
not
you know,
careful.
you're texting your ex.
You up?
What? Is that why you always text me like at midnight? Like, this is all right. Since you brought it up, often I'll be lying in bed. I'm a father. I have small children, and I'll be laying in bed. My phone will go off. It's like midnight, and I know it's got to be Gobby. Gobby's like, you know what we need to buy? I was looking at that expansion. It's like we need to get. I was like, I don't even text him back. But there'll be times where I look at my phone.
Hurts me.
1 o'clock at night, and they'll be like, so have you seen? I'm going to order this. And he'll send me a screenshot of something.
This is the deal. Let me tell you how our relationship works.
Tell me about our relationship.
You
Go
call
ahead
me.
and air our relationship out on air. Go ahead.
During the week, you call me.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the road. I'm on the road.
Right.
But I'm always listening to podcasts. Like, I listen to podcasts.
You listen to other
non-stop.
podcasts beside ours.
Yes.
So you cheat on me.
Well, they're like movie podcasts on now.
Okay.
Although I do listen to Secret Cabal every now and then. But then,
Who?
Slash Film, listen to them.
Don't know.
Jason and Deb.
Don't know.
DJs out of Austin, listen to them.
Don't know.
I listened to, this is the first time this has happened.
I listen to Mike Rowe. Go ahead.
How do you check him out? I listened to an Audible book. It was an 8-hour book. I listened to that whole thing yesterday.
So did you figure out why George was curious? You left yourself so wide open there.
That might be your best joke ever. No, it was a Harlan Coben book.
Little guy in the yellow hat. The man in the yellow hat.
The man in the yellow hat.
He's over there.
Don't Let Go.
Don't Let Go.
Harlan Coben. He is a thriller / mystery writer.
Not Michael Jackson thriller, but
No.
a thriller as in tension.
Right.
All right, tell me about it.
And it starts off, and this guy has got a twin brother that was murdered when they were kids.
Wait a minute.
Not murdered. What?
Okay, so no, you've already lost me. His twin brother was somehow killed?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
He died. Let's say he died.
He died.
You don't know. Like, apparently he died on the train tracks with his girlfriend full of drugs.
Oh.
But, like, in the back of his mind, there's always this question. So then it goes through this whole process. All these things wind up. I'm not going to give it away, but that's one of the only books I've ever, like, I got to hear what's next. Oh, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. I listened to that whole book in one day of driving. Harlan Coben. I really like him. He's a good thriller writer / mystery. You check him out. I think you would like him. He's very basic. But yet the way he writes is funny and it's intriguing.
I have to look him up. I'm currently on like chapter 9 or 10 of the author. First name leaves me, Damal, of the Three
Musketeers.
Three Musketeers.
Really?
I have never really sat down and read it, and I just had time, so I ended up getting the audiobook of that.
Sure, you had to go like super classic. When I'm talking about,
no, but it's I like
contemporary fiction.
Well, I was disturbed that I never read it.
After that, I read Entertainment Weekly.
So what is J-Lo up to now? Jenny from the block.
She looks really nice for her age.
50-something, isn't she?
Okay, that's an insult. She looks really nice for any age. Because when you say, you look really nice for your age, oh, slap in the face.
That's pretty,
You're old, but you look good for being
like
old.
Qualifying. You're a co-host.
No, she looks like she's 30.
Probably.
And I think she's in her 50s.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
She's dating. This is sad that I know this, but I have this thing, about, like, I don't watch a lot of,
Yes.
I don't watch a lot of movies, but
Are you saying I am DB?
No, I am the MDB. I can,
like, I am Batman.
I will look up an actor and look at I
am DB Sweeney.
They're okay.
The cutting edge.
Wow, that was so. I'm not even sure where to go with that, but. And to look up what every show an actor has been in, and there's something I find it's like, oh, Tom Hardy was this, and I didn't know this, and just weirdness. And so, like, I end up always thinking about actors and going, who are they married to? And so it's like, I'll just recently, you brought up J-Lo. She's married to, like, that guy, the baseball guy.
A-Rod.
Yeah, that guy who makes, like, $50 billion every time he swings the bat. Like, he gets
he's
paid.
Retired now.
Oh, yeah. So he used to be for the Yankees.
But he did make tons of money.
He made tons of money. And so I don't know. Am I the only one that does that looks up?
No, I look up everything about everybody.
You do?
Movie stars, I look up net worths nonstop.
Really?
I don't know why. I'm obsessed with numbers. I'm Box Office Mojo.
Yeah, I know you.
Check. What did they make this weekend? Okay, who are the actors?
Quick question for you: how much did Godzilla make this weekend?
I think $49 million.
It's sad that you just pull that off.
I think so.
Like their opening day.
It was somewhat under expectations, but it was still a hit.
Not bad for dinosaur kaiju's fighting each other.
It was okay. I went and watched it.
I haven't watched it. Don't tell me anything about it. Don't tell me how it ends.
I
know that Matthew Broderick lives in the prequel. And email me if you also went to the theaters to watch Matthew Broderick fight Godzilla.
It's probably more close to the storyline you prefer.
Yeah, I love
$47 million. I was too off.
You're too off. I loved Matthew Broderick.
Okay. Ferris Bueller. I know him in Ferris Bueller.
Great show. Glory.
I know him from
best
Glory.
Shows ever.
So he goes from being this high school kid.
He's still a high school kid.
And he ages well as well.
But it's weird to look at.
He goes from being a high school kid, skipping class, to like this super drama starring Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington. These mega heavy hitters. Well, they weren't. Denzel was like one of his first roles, which he won supporting actor for, I think.
Yeah, I love that you know that.
Glory is an amazing movie.
And Matthew Broderick was like the weakest of all the actors.
Well, he was, but for him to fulfill his role, he did an excellent job. I don't know how old he was when he did that.
Princess Diary was the major. Is it Carrie Elwes?
Carrie Elwes.
Yeah, he was the majors.
Yes, he was good as well. He was like too sympathetic to the regiment, but the other guy, Matthew, knew he had to be a little bit tougher on these guys.
Yeah.
That was an
That's
awesome movie.
They're the best line in that show. Is the best line in the show.
Which one?
It's the sergeant major. My dad was a drill sergeant, and so this whole being tough thing. So any show that has a sergeant in it, my dad's like, "Oh yeah, this is the best sergeant." So like any military show that had a sergeant major in it, that was it. And in this scene, he's like berating some guy. And Matthew Broderick's character's like, "Oh, don't you think, Sergeant Major?
Oh, yes.
Don't you think you're
Yes.
being a little too tough on him?" And he says, "Did you grow up with this guy?" He's like, "Yes." Says, "Why don't you let him grow up some more?" And it's like the best line in the
But
whole
he
show.
says it with like a
He's Irish.
Irish
He's
brogue
Irish.
or
He's got that,
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
that was good
great show. And then that was it. That's like the 2 scenes that guy was in.
movie. Excellent soundtrack.
That soundtrack was awesome. This podcast is about board games,
Is it?
and we got sidetracked talking about good movies. But I don't want to talk about good board games. I want to talk about games that I don't really like.
Okay.
So, last podcast we hated on Carpe Diem, or Carpe Carcassonne, whatever you want to call it. And at BGG, we played several other games that I had on my hit list of games that I wanted to knock out that I thought were going to be awesome.
You thought they were going to be awesome?
Thought they were going to be awesome.
Really?
And or at least middle of the road. And I was quite disappointed. The first one I want to talk about is one that you sir,
What did
you sir kind of liked, Gizmos.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the sound.
Really?
Anytime you do that, yeah, right after that comes
like
rambling that I
Gizmos.
don't agree with. That's your battle cry. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Tell me about it. Tell the fans about Gizmos. Yeah. Yeah.
I like Gizmos.
You
It
sound like
is-
a high-strung velociraptor.
It's a.
That's my best velociraptor voice.
We need Enrique to give his dinosaur voice. for
Oh,
us.
I miss that guy.
Where is Enrique?
Enrique? Well, he graduated, and so now he's laying in bed a man, realizing that he has the rest of his life ahead of him, and he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Or what's he going to do for work?
Okay. Long John Silver's didn't work out. I told him, and a lot of y'all don't know that Enrique, you will warn him about stuff, and he will heed the warning at the beginning, but then later he forgets. And it's like now you've put that thought in his head. For instance, I one time told him about the dangers of the old toaster that he had and not to be sticking anything in that toaster. And I made it very clear, don't be sticking a fork in the toaster. He then stuck his hand in a toaster, which then, yes, he literally stuck his hand down in a toaster to cook something in said toaster.
Oh, gosh.
Part of the bread had fallen off, and he stuck his hand down in the toaster to get the crust, and it burnt the knuckles. So he had stripes across his hand, and that is why for like a year and a half, I called him by the nickname Toast. And so, yeah, Enrique, you warn him about stuff, and then it doesn't work out. And so I don't know if he dropped the hush puppies. I don't know if he didn't ring the bell loud enough.
Poor guy.
But now he's just kind of, he's there.
We wish you all the best, Enrique.
We wish you the best.
Well, Gizmos,
Which that's not a
I'm
lot.
sure you've heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know
I know.
it was the 2019 Mensa Select winner?
That's why I put it on my list. Because the guys at the club were telling me, Jerry, you got to play this.
Which club is this?
Mensa. You take a test.
The Mensa Club?
Yeah, you take the test, you get in, you got to have an IQ above, I believe it's 145. They've lowered it a little bit to kind of let someone else ref in. And so they let you in.
What is your IQ? You ever had it tested?
I have.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to say it
Go ahead.
because I don't want people to be intimidated by my superior intellect. But according to the 10-minute survey that I
not gonna
took
say,
on
but apparently
Facebook,
I'm a
it
genius.
says that I am a genius. Triple digits. I don't know. I never really took an IQ test.
I don't know how they work other than like asking you a bunch of questions.
Oh, I did. I thought you said I thought you said I don't know how to work. It's like, no. What do you mean?
So Gizmos is just a card drafting game. It's a card game. You're building these engines.
These cards are cold. Get it?
Huh?
The cards are cold. They're drafty.
Oh, good one.
Thank you.
So you're trying to build an engine.
I'm with Mensa.
I don't know why my throat's so froggy. So you got 4 types of energy marbles. and you pluck them from this 3D thing. That's what they're called, energy marbles.
They're bath beads.
I'm doing this from BGG.
Pluck your bath beads.
Oh, I don't. The weight on them is very light. I didn't like that.
You
That was
didn't
kinda
like
cheap.
the light bath beads?
It was kind of cheap. I thought they would be like real heavyweight marbles. Somebody started mowing their
Your
yard.
neighbor's mowing.
He's mowing his
You
yard.
don't care
He
about
won't
no
come to me.
lightweight bath beads. Go ahead. 4 power energy marbles.
So I thought it was a good, albeit it went on too long.
Way too long.
It went on way too long. I understand that. But for a gateway introductory to card drafting, engine building, I thought it was a neat little game.
Nah. Anyway, so it's yeah.
No, Mensa agrees with me.
Well, Mensa don't know. Mensa don't know. What do they know?
What about Womensa?
Is there a Womensa?
There should be. Why is there a Mensa?
I don't know. I
Should
don't
be a
think that
Womensa.
the Mensa necessarily means it's just for men, though. I think that it is anybody because
What does it mean?
it's like the something that it's. I don't think it's an acronym, but it means something.
Okay. If you say so.
But no, they let women in Mensa.
You're the smart guy
I'm pretty
here.
sure they let women in Mensa.
Go ahead. Tell me why you didn't like it while I look up what is Mensa.
So as you're pulling out the power beads that come out of this box, you can select from like 5 or 6 of them.
Marble distributor.
There's marble distributor. You could then utilize the marbles that you have to buy these cards, and of course,
This game requires marbles.
it requires marbles.
Huh?
And
Mensa
you just
approved.
You buy these cards that represent certain gizmos that buff up your power. So next time you draw a marble, you can draw 2 marbles, or now your red marbles can be exchanged for yellow marbles, and you're buying these gizmos and you're building up your little engine and having your little card tableau, and it's just very.
So when you don't know what to call something, you just call it a gizmo.
It is, because the gizmos are just
nothing.
representation of
They're
just stuff.
Weird little engines.
It's weird little stuff. And so it's just,
Mensa meaning table in Latin.
So let's Mensa this conversation, right?
Okay, done.
So yeah, gizmos.
Or Mensa, the Spanish term for stupid?
I don't know about that. I don't hablo español. But gizmos was I pass on that. The other one that I had high hopes for, because it was Reiner Knizia.
Stupido. That's stupid. I don't know what they're talking
Yellow and Yangtze's. Is that how you say it?
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
First off, it's just a remake of Tigris and Euphrates. Avoid it like the plague. If you want to play Tigris and Euphrates, I suggest
Play Tigris and Euphrates.
exactly. Yeah, there it is. And Tigris and Euphrates, I somewhat like it. I haven't played it in a while. It's very abstract. It's very different. It is very much a Reiner Knizia game. It has to grow on you.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting confused because we also played a trade on the Tigris.
Yeah, and trade on the Tigris.
But stay with Yellow and Yangtze first.
Okay, well, Yellow and Yangtze's, like I said, is Tigris and Euphrates. And not to
So we cracked it open. I was not a fan of Tigris and Euphrates.
True.
Reiner Knizia.
I like Tigris and Euphrates.
Jerry liked it, and it just was a game that didn't jive with me. But then we started playing. Jerry was like reading out the rules to Yellow and Yangtze. I'm like, seems like I heard this somewhere before.
It's
and I think the reviewers were saying, yes, this is just like a different version, streamlined version of Tigris and Euphrates.
by Tigris and Euphrates. No point in it. And poor components, by the way. Trade on the Tigris now.
Trade on Tigris, even worse.
Really? Yeah.
I would say even worse. I mean, if you didn't have Tigris and Euphrates, you could play the streamlined version, Yellow and Yangtze. Trade on the Tigris. You play these cards. You move up or down on these scales of these different gods and personalities.
They represented whether you were a tyrannical government or a diplomatic government or good or whatever.
Good or bad.
Good or
like
bad.
both of them were good or bad.
Yeah. And
you go up 2, you go back 1. You go up 3, you come back 2.
It was just, and I didn't like having to set up this cards and all this jazz. It was just not.
It lost us from the get-go.
Yeah, it was one of those. It reminded.
I think we played 1 round.
No, we played 2 rounds.
We played 2 rounds, and I went up, and then I came back It's like I went up them this way, then I came back this way.
Well, I was reading the book on it, and I realized, this is not going to work. This is not going to be a great one. But it had some negotiation in it. This is why I wanted to try it. And
Yeah,
it just
so I
wasn't.
thought.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't that much
it wasn't.
negotiation.
It was a broken negotiation game. And so, to that, Tigress, I say nay. Trade on the Tigress and Yellow and Yangtze's were both big bombs to me.
I will talk about a game that I played with Mike.
What was that?
That was a big bomb.
What was that? Oh,
Reefer. Oh my God. Like, okay. I'm not a fan of Splendor.
Let me see if that was a Mensa Select.
I thought the Splendor, I can understand. It's a nice game. It's a good introductory game. My wife enjoys playing it. I have friends that enjoy playing it because you either pick up the poker chips or you play the poker chips to purchase a card. At least there, you either pick up or play. With Reef, you get to do both.
Oh.
So it's not even that hard. So, okay, so I have this card I need to complete. Well, when I play this card, I can pick these up and then play. Very, 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 very basic.
Would you say that's your most disappointing or the worst game you played at the...
No.
What was the worst game you played?
Mercado.
Oh, yeah! Mercado,
we didn't even finish the setup. Yeah, we did. We
played
did.
We played it. We played a round.
You're like, okay, so this is how you bid on these cards.
Terrible.
I'm like, oh,
Terrible.
Mercado.
I forgot that.
You wanted to play it because of the designer.
Yeah, I did. It was Rutger Dorn.
Rudiger Dorn.
Isn't that the guy of Blade Runner?
Steam Time.
Yeah, you're
Rutger Hauer?
I don't know. Sorry. Like, yeah.
Sure.
Rutger Hauer.
Yes, Rutger Hauer designed Mercado.
I'll tell you what, Mercado, it was just lost like tears in the rain.
The wood chips were atrocious.
Email me if you know Blade Runner. That was a good one.
Tears in the Rain? Is that a song or something?
No, it's the line in Blade Runner. Go
really?
ahead. Don't ruin it for me.
Sorry, I didn't watch Blade Runner that carefully.
Go ahead.
I watched it once. Thought it was kind of boring.
Go ahead.
And then everybody's like, oh, you really got to be smart and understand sci-fi to love Blade Runner. Oh, Blade Runner's the best movie ever. False. It bombed when it came out for a reason. Then it developed a cult following. Then they made a part 2, which was also slow and boring.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Shot beautifully. Cinematography, great. Other than that, not so much. Anything else? What did you play before we got to BGG?
I played the LAMA.
Llama?
LAMMA.
What is that?
That's the card game that Rainer Knizia made for the Germans.
Okay.
It's a German game. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even have the English rules to it. It's a game where the cards go from 1 to 6, and you have llamas. And in this deck of cards, you're dealt a hand, and you're just trying to get rid of the cards from your hand. So on your turn, there'll be a card placed down, face up in the middle of the table. So it'll be a 1. So you can now either play a 1 or a 2.
I'm already bored.
There you go. So you can play a 1 or a 2. And everybody plays one card, goes around, and then the next person might play a 2. And so now you can play a 2 or a 3. And if someone plays a 3, then you can play a 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 blah.
Can you play a 2?
Nope. You can only go up. And so once you get to 6, you can keep playing 6s, or you can play a llama. And a llama just wraps it around. And so you can then start playing llamas or 1. And
so if it's a 3 and you play a llama, then
you can't play a llama. A llama is a 0, or it wraps around. If it's a 6, you play a llama.
So you can only play llamas on 6s?
Yes. And then llamas start over, and there you can play
next
1.
Game.
There you
done.
go. And it was nominated for the Spiel des Jahres.
The Spiel?
The Spiel.
Is it Spiel or Spiel? Spiel. Schnell.
Yes. So LAMA was nominated.
Niet.
And no.
Schnell.
It's not any good. I mean, it's why is it that every year, okay, Soapbox out. Why is it that every year on the Spiel des Jahres, we have to have one stupid card game, such as, let's say, I don't know, I don't want to call it a game.
The Mind?
But The Mind, nominated. We then have to have one game that's light, that's something that you think, okay, maybe this is it's understandable. Like I remember Code Names. When Code Names got nominated, and
Code Names is good.
Code Names was good. It also got nominated. Along with that was Imhotep, and Imhotep was a good game.
Imhotep is good.
It's good. Made sense. This year, it seems like ever since then they have gone downhill nominating
I feel like they're
goofy games.
It's like not the
Even the Kennerspiel.
they're like super. They're getting more and more basic.
Well, like Wingspan.
But you don't
nominated.
get any more. Well, I did look that. I was wrong. It's the Kennerspiel.
Wingspan's Kennerspiel.
Yeah, the Spiel,
Which it
though,
will win.
it needs to.
Needs to.
The mind, literally, you don't get more basic.
No.
You play a card. Hope the next person plays the next card.
That's slightly higher.
That's it. That is the game. If you miss a step in between, you lose. Game's over.
So, here's the thing. This is
Llama sounds like it is nearly the same thing.
except you can, except it's competitive. It's not
So
cooperative.
you can play a llama.
You can play a llama.
I'm out.
It could have been an alpaca.
Alpaca.
That'll be the sequel, the expansion, the alpaca expansion. I suggest
Alpacas are losers.
that
Llama's
we
the way to go.
start our
Because
own.
of Lorenzo Llamas.
Listen up, everybody.
Wasn't Lorenzo Alpaca.
If
That
you
rascal
are
kicked
like
butt
us,
on that motorcycle.
or rather you're just like me, you're salty, and you can't stand stupid games, or games that are just the same old thing that has just been slightly rethemed and stuck out there. I don't know. I think of some of our longtime listeners. I am forming a coalition. I don't know what this coalition is going to be called. The Spiel des Snobbies. There you go. We are going to form a group that is going to include myself.
We should just call it the Snobbies.
The Spiel des Snobbies sounds better. It sounds more uptown. Do you want it called? We'll put it to the fans. Email us. Do you want the Snobbies or do you want the Spiel des Snobbies?
Is it just an award?
It is an award.
So we're going to be...
And the
So we're
award...
just going to make awards now?
No, this will be a special award. Special. And I myself be chairman. You can be co-chairman. And we will select certain members of our listeners.
Mensa Select?
Yes. Men's will select. Us men's will select
Mensa Select!
certain members of our listeners.
I nominate Denver.
Okay. Who else? Soul Train. I wonder if you think...
Denver's a professor in medieval history art, so I think she's already got us beat.
Handsome Will Wheaton. We got to get
Handsome
hold Chris.
Wheaton.
We will...
I think he's a lawyer of some type.
well,
Literally everybody's smarter than us.
not
Our listeners are smarter than us.
We attract...
Why do you listen?
We attract a high-class clientele. What can we say?
Man.
Birds of a feather.
Aw, wingspan.
Wingspan. And we will nominate games, and then we will vote on what should be the Spiel des Snobbies or the Snobby or the year is because we have to usurp the Spiel des Jahres.
Well,
It's gone crazy.
sure, let's do it.
It's like the Oscars. It's kind of like the Oscars. Isn't it every year like the thing that wins the
Spiel des
Oscars?
Jahres is going to be the Oscars. We're going to be the Golden Globes.
Yes. We're going to be the one
No,
everybody...
we're going to be the MTV Movie
MTV
Awards.
Movie Awards. That's what it's going to be. You have old Justin Timberlake come out there and get slimed. What was that? That was the Nickelodeon Kids Award. I'm sorry.
The Golden Globes is the Dice Tower Awards.
Yeah.
The MTV is already probably the Golden Geek.
We're the Tonys.
What are we going to be?
The Tonys.
The EGOT.
The
Gotta get
EGOT?
the EGOT.
What's the EGOT?
Emmy, Golden Globe, Oscar, Tony.
The Tonys are the one.
Somebody that's won all of that has won the
I
EGOT.
want to watch. Was it Hamilton?
I didn't
get
the
to
Broadway
watch-
show.
I wanted to watch that. I didn't get to.
It's supposed to be like. I mean, it's one of them.
We got tickets to go
Popular.
in August to Dallas to watch Empire Strikes Back.
Are you going? Bubba didn't tell me you was going.
Yeah, he couldn't get. I got the tickets.
I tried to get. Oh well, they were kind of expensive.
We're in the mezzanine, and we're going to have the orchestra and the live
they
orchestra.
play it. I wanted to see that
Yeah.
really, really, really bad.
Yeah,
But my wife and I have just went to Louisiana for crawfish.
you literally drove
Austin
for beer.
everything that Austin offers,
Which is mainly alcohol.
We were gone like literally through all of May,
Yeah.
and so we're kind of like we're kind of recuperate.
Oh, I get it. I get it now.
I think that's what it's called.
Recuperating.
Yes,
All right, that's nice.
financially.
Well, I think that we need to usurp the Spiel des
Wait.
Jahres
Yes,
because
Because their games have stunk.
They're terrible.
Nominated.
They're terrible. They're nominating terrible games. And we call foul.
On the spiel.
Another bird reference.
Another game that you failed to mention on your spewing of hate that I actually stopped, that I actually wanted to play.
What was that?
Passing Through Petra.
Okay, now...
More like Passing Through Putrid.
No.
But, yeah.
Petra, it was just...
No, it was bad.
No,
There were all those little rondelles.
That bad.
And then that fiddly.
You just didn't understand the key point of the game.
No, I understood. Okay, well, I didn't understand that in the beginning.
You didn't understand.
I missed that
part.
But the little tiles in the middle are fiddly.
A little bit.
Super fiddly.
A little bit.
To grab that from
with your big fat fingers.
The plaza, or what was the thing? The Seek in the middle? The Seek in the middle. You could grab tiles from the plaza or the Seek.
Then you had to
shuffle them.
Put another tile there and move it down.
Yes.
And move it into the Seek. And sometimes Gabi would clog the Seek
and move it.
For all of our plumbing friends, follow us on Instagram.
I didn't like it.
Did you?
I don't like it.
Got stuck. That was good.
I don't like
it was interesting. It was not. It's J. Alex Cavern is why I wanted to play it.
Yes,
it is
I
my
love Jay.
least favorite J. Alex Cavern game.
I love Jack.
Right after that, I played Gold
Cavern.
West with Chris. I believe
Yes.
Chris loved it.
Of course.
Loved it.
Sentient.
Loved it.
Sentient's great.
Loved it. I love it.
World's Fair we need to play.
I haven't played it. It's not fair.
That's his J. That's JK.
J. Alex Cavern.
JK.
All right, we'll have to watch it.
Anything else?
Man, there was so much hate. I had so much hate in my heart. I was trying to get it out of the way. We played Just One. It's a party game. You own
good.
it.
I own it. I bought it.
You bought it. Don't know why.
Nominated. Spills Aris.
Oh yeah. So you start buying stuff. This is the reason
listen.
Spill's a thing is because people like you go out and buy stuff.
Listen, it is a good family party game.
Have you played it?
Yes.
Here?
I played it several times.
With who?
DJ and Char, Paige,
Did
my
they
wife,
love
and myself. We enjoyed it
All
for
right.
like 3 rounds. Then we're done.
Dude, you're done.
I will say this.
Okay.
Out of all the recent party games, Just One, others, I don't know what they would do.
Others.
Code names. It's hard to beat code names.
It is.
If you want to introduce somebody to some gaming other than Pictionary or Monopoly into a party game / board game that is kind of cool and requires some thinking, Codenames is just... I bought Codenames Duel, have yet to play it.
I have a funny story about Codenames. At my work, I'd often, at times during my lunch break, would read
If I
rule
don't
books.
laugh, I won't view it as funny.
I read rule books, and for some reason, for several days straight, the rule books that I was reading were of Euro games, and so like I had downloaded like the rule book to Hans Tunica and Trois.
Hans Tunica?
Is that how you say it?
I think it's
like
Teutonica.
that's like the one Hans Tunica. It's Han Solo. He's got
Hans
the tunic.
Tunic.
He's got the tunic. He's like the Hans Tunic, and he just walks around going toga.
No, I don't think that's
Okay,
it.
so that one and just various other games that all had kind of a French or European name to them, and so I brought code names to my work, and one of the girls come in there and looked at it and says, "What are you reading on now? Codenames?" and I looked at her real blank and realized, like, because they always would ask me, "What are you reading?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Istanbul. Oh, it's Hans. It's something."
To be hard
I was like, "No, it's Codenames. Codenames." And so to me,
pretty good.
anytime somebody says codenames, I think Codenames. And I keep it up at the office, and every once in a while during lunch, someone says, "Let's play Codenames." And we Codenames, and it was
Pretty
good. And I love Codenames.
For
And I don't like party games.
Another one for as simple and crazy as it is, Happy Salmon.
Love Happy Salmon for it being so stupid. I just bought Get the MacGuffin.
Never heard of that one.
I don't know anything about it. but has been recommended highly by some people that I've been communicating back and forth with on the guild and various things that they were saying, get the MacGuffin. So I got the MacGuffin, and I'm going to see if I can get the MacGuffin.
I want to play those like cockroach poker games.
I have clock.
I know you do.
Cockroach poker.
But there's like there's several in that line.
Cockroach salad. Or something like that. It is. It's like some weird. Yeah, but cockroach poker is okay. It's like a kid's game, but it's not great.
I mean, I'm talking about for a party game, a stupid game.
I played the other few weeks. It's been a month or so ago.
The crypto plays 8, but to me, that's not even a party. Like, the crypto requires brain power.
The crypto is a little bit up there. I liked Deception and Camel Cup.
Deception, good. Played
10 people. Both of those games.
Camel Cup, that's a good one.
Camel Cup is they did a reprint of it. Camel Cup is a game that should have won, of course, the Spiel des Jahres.
I think it did.
I think it either won or got nominated. But yeah, it's a great game. And Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, where you're guessing. It's that deduction aspect of it. Love it. Love it.
Hidden trader aspect.
Yeah. I think it's... And I'm trying to think, is there anything else I hated on?
Nothing. I think there's nothing. I think we're done.
No, I hated on a lot. There's a lot more I hated. I just can't. It's just not coming to mind.
Okay, then I'm done.
Oh.
If we're going to play something tonight, we need to play right now.
Okay. Well, like I said, if you're interested in being a part of...
How about Fields of Fame? We need to play it.
Jerry's Spiel des Snobbies. What did I say it was? I don't know. Or the Snobbies.
You need to figure out a different
Email
name.
us.
Snobbies is easier.
That sounds like... That reminds me of the Dundies. The Office.
Yeah, I love that.
It is. I like it more and more. Okay. All right. We'll go with the Snobbies. Because the Spiel des Jahres is not to be trusted.
Question. When will you institute this? Because, like, the Spiel des Jahres is like, we're in May. We're in June.
They just did their nominations now.
Okay. So when do they announce the winners? In the middle of the year. That's weird.
They do it in the fall. They do it like September, October, I believe. They nominate. They announce the winners. So we have to get nominating.
Are you talking about right now?
Now. We got to get on this.
For 2018?
I don't know. I haven't thought this far out. I have not thought this out.
What you're doing.
I don't know, but we're going to make it happen. If you want and you have suggestions or nominations, boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. We thank you for listening to the 36th greatest podcast about board games on our 55th
according to Bubba.com
episode on the 12th day of the month. We thank you kindly.
Bye-bye.
Good day.